Man Scullion is taking on tannoy duties this weekend, so strap yourself in for some F1 stats, commentary and history. Max Verstappen has enjoyed multiple wins here on his team's home circuit. Max shares in the team with legends such as Schumacher and Prost. After brief relationships with both Honda and Renault, McLaren ultimately is power unit supplied by Mercedes at the start of 2021. McLaren's relationship.
All right, we have a race on our hands. Championship leader still leading the championship, Mr. P, which is what is actually going to be a very tough championship for him because he knows that other drivers are still going to be here to the end of the season. So he has the lead so far, but how much time does he need to keep that lead? He needs a very good performance here today, as I believe last week. Let me get it right. I want to get it right. I believe last week. Let's go to InterTier race results here. We're in Bahrain last week. Where were we? I don't believe we're in Bahrain last week. Where are we? Race 6. That's race 6. Race 7 we were. I'm going to check the standings. No one has done any laps yet, so let's see. Let me check the race calendar. Sorry, I can't believe I've forgotten where we were last week. InterTier, we were at Brazil. Yes, we were at Brazil. A good race, that one. So we'll be looking for a great result here today, going against the drivers who cut his lead in the championship. Mano, Merck, and Lynx did finish on the podium in the race last time around. Mano had a brilliant overtake. Few laps to go. Unbelievable stuff from him. We have another dominant performance here in the InterTier he's been having this season. Surely we'll be looking for one. We know that he wants the championship and he wants to do it in style. He lost a little bit of points for not showing up for a few races and also losing his win in the first race. But fun fact, Mano has actually won every race this season in the InterTier, except he did win the first one, but after penalties he did drop a few places back, but he's won every single race. Who can stop him? Bad Boy now setting a 1:04.5, a good time from him. He might be able to improve on that time, as we have the Alpine of Mr. P, championship leader, about to begin his push lap. Behind him will be fake Mano, as Woody has retired from the session. The other kick Sauber on track. Mano 1:04.3 beats Bad Boy time, looking for another pole position here, for another extra point at Austria. Can he do it again? The kick Sauber absolutely dominating this tier. He's having the season that CPI Mateus. Remember CPI Mateus? Now he's Eve Mateus. Now he's a different Mateus. But when he was called CPI Mateus, he used to dominate the InterTier. And I believe it's time for Mano. Hazer also had his own time when he did dominate the InterTier, but his wasn't too long. I believe his was like half a season or something like that, or just a little bit over half a season. As Link's piece now does beat that Mano's time of a 1:04.2. It looks like they can improve on the times they are sitting on. With their first times, they already set a 1:04.2 for the man sitting at the top. Good evening, Woody. Good to see you here. Why you do DNF? I'm wondering why you DNF. Do you have? I mean, we don't have engine pens in InterTier. Do you have a quali ban? Probably a quali ban. Yeah, probably a quali ban skill issue. As we have the McLaren right behind Williams here. Was he using the slipstream PRV? Maybe he got a little bit of that slipstream from Kezinator. They are both low on the RS, so they surely just finished their laps. But that sent PRV widget up to P7, the 105.9. But now Pesci 104.1, very close to the 103s now. And if these drivers can hit that time, that would be absolutely brilliant. Retired on track. Oh wow, yeah, on track. I don't remember that, but wow. It's alright. You can do a last to first. Easy. Last to first easy for Woody, we say today. I know he can do it. So as Jack Amos will be starting his first push lap of the session, though this is not his first. 106.0 that he set for the first time. Should be able to improve on that time because he's one of the quicker drivers in Tier 3. He does have a Tier 3 mate in PRV Widget who won the last race at Imola. A good drive from him. Ahead of him, only one Tier 3 driver, so he might be able to improve and beat that time. We'll see how that goes. But Pesci in the Haas. The first time he's raced in the InterTier in a while. I don't believe he was here in the last race or the race before that. I think he just decided that he wants to race here today. Pesci, our reigning champion from Tier 1 last season. Actually, no, not reigning champion. Hazer did win the championship last season, but he has been a champion before, Pesci. And he'll be looking to get that run of form again to grab a championship. It's looking very unlikely these days because the more and more sweatbacks that we have sliding into this league, our old champions are finding it very hard. He started with Mr. P, who won the championship just before Pesci. And as faster drivers came in, he slightly fell off. Then he went to Pesci. More faster drivers came in. Pesci wasn't winning almost every race or finishing on the podium every time again. And now it's Mateus. Maybe one day we will have, when Mateus wins the Tier 1 this season, maybe one day we will have someone else dominating Mateus, actually pushing him off that win or off the podium. I mean, that would be nice to see. We'd like to have this league to get more and more competitive, more and more drivers going in, because it is a very good league. I know we do have complaints here and there about the decisions being made in the appeals and incidents, but a lot of drivers are still here. We still have a lot of core drivers who have been here for ages, with names that I remember since my first day in this league, like Pesci and Lynx Peace, Hazer. Bad Boy has been here for a while. He didn't come after me, but he's been here. PRV Widget. So many drivers still in this league. So we do have a good league, but more competition would definitely be lovely to see. Maybe even opening up a 4th tier just because of the pace that we do have. But Lynx Peace now on another push lap. He is currently sitting 1/10 or just about a 10th behind Pesci in that Haas. These drivers are trying to take that extra point away from Manu that he's been grabbing, I believe, for the past 5 Grand Prix that he's raced. But he's going to have the problem of Bird, Lynx Peace, and Pesci this time around if he wants to grab that pole position. Pesci might be confident enough that his time is quick enough, but seeing Lynx 1/10 behind should be very scary for the Haas driver, as we're going to follow the Mercedes now. Is he improving on his time as he's going to finish the 2nd sector when he does cross the line now? And he is slightly ahead, but not enough yet to beat the time that his driver in front has set. Will he be going into the pit, or will he be deciding to finish his lap? Maybe he can improve in the last few corners here. The Mercedes absolutely throwing the car on the limit out of the corner, and when he does cross the line, would it be enough to get that pole position? Oh my god, yes, it's going to be provisional pole position, a 104.06 for the Mercedes. Not a 103 yet, but he has set the time now for the rest of the drivers to go and beat. Pesci will be looking at that in the pit lane, and he is out. He is ready to improve on his time because he knows Lynx Peace did have that pace to beat that time. Bird now also on a push lap. Can he get enough as he's 4/10 up, and he looks like he will be the first driver into the 103s? Not a surprise here from the Visa RB, as Emmanuel is looking up and looking at these 3 drivers absolutely with their brilliant times, and coming out of the final corner, he surely is going to put himself on top. That is going to be a 103 if I have never seen it before, and that's a 103.8 from the Bird. The Bird is the word as he crosses the line, standing at the top, provisional pole position for the Visa RB. Can anybody beat that time? But to beat that time, you're going to have to get into the 103s, and we all know how difficult that is going to be for these drivers. As the fight for pole position now is heating up. Jack Amos, almost losing it coming out of that corner, but we'll be going for another push lap on all tires. 3 laps he's done on the soft tires, but he's looking to improve on his time and beat his fellow Tier 3 compatriot. He does have cinders, and Widget in front of him. But there we go, 7 minutes to go here in qualifying, and the drivers have all set their time, except from Woody, who had a quali ban, and Iceman Ice Cold, who is still sitting in the pits. He also might have a quali ban, but I'm not too sure why he hasn't come out here to set a time. But there you go, Bird has been the first driver into the 103s, and will he be confident enough that his time is quick enough and no one else can beat that? I'm going to follow the drivers who have the chance to beat that, and Pesci is the first coming out of the final corner. Is he improving enough? Can he get that pole position when he does cross the line? It is not going to be enough for Pesci. He did not improve on his time, 800th of a second down on his quickest time, and that is not going to be provisional pole position. He might have one more opportunity. He will have actually one more opportunity to try and improve on that time, but it's still looking like it's impossible to beat the Bird as we speak. Heading down to the Alpine of UFRL Merck, 104.4, good time from him, a place that he surely wouldn't be too disappointed to be in when he's surrounded by quality drivers, especially the fact that the drivers ahead of him, we all know, have slightly more pace than Merck, but Merck does a very good job to keep up with these drivers. Race in, race out. A driver who has been improving season in, season out. Fun fact, we actually on the same tier in tier 2, actually had to climb up all the way to tier 1. And he's been one of those drivers that came down from tier 2 to tier 1 and has been here for a long time. And we remember that Hazer did win the championship last season, but he was also in a championship fight, Merck. He just needed not that good performances from Hazer and Lynx to win a championship. That's how much he has improved. He will be looking to show himself here in the InterTier. Another race here, he will be racing top drivers. Hazer now has put himself into P4 with a 104.2. And he, another driver that has been trying to get back to form. Our championship, tier 1 reigning champion this season hasn't really been the starlight that we all remember, that we all know, but that is not his fault. He probably still has the pace that he has had under him, but the drivers that he's surrounded around these days absolutely come to every Grand Prix and show that the pace that they have. It shows how much practice, how much speed that you have to have if you want to compete these days in UFRL. But Merck now is going to be coming out and going for a push lap, a 104.4 that he's sitting on. We're going to stick with him. He's the only one on track. Mr. P will not be happy that you're chasing. I'm giving everybody their own props, man. Giving everybody their props. It's hard to be a sweat bag in this game, especially when you see drivers that are faster than you. And as Merck invalidates, goes off track, and gives us an absolute beautiful 360 there. And that is going to be the end of his push lap. He can't probably recharge to go for another push here. We'll see how that goes. As Hazer coming into the pit. So all these drivers will have one more opportunity now to beat the time that Bird has set. But I don't believe that that's going to be possible, as Bird is going to be the first to come out. Or is that Bad Boy? It might be him, or it might be his teammate Bad Boy. I believe, if I'm guessing that it is Bird. He's wasting no time whatsoever. 103.8 that he's sitting on. But he still wants to improve on that time. He still wants to make sure that Link's piece in that Mercedes right in front of him doesn't have an opportunity to get that extra point. But the question is now, let me go understand it. Are these actual full-time drivers? Or it's just Mano and Mr. P and the rest of them? Let's see. InterTier standings. Lynx is actually a full-time driver. Bird is not the InterTier, but Lynx is. He is in a. I'll say Lynx can also be in a championship fight. Less than 40 points behind Mr. P. All it takes is one good race and Mr. P to have a bad race, but that's all it takes to get back into the championship fight. So there's a big championship fight in the InterTier this season, which is actually very exciting to see. We have Mr. P leading the way with Mano in P2. Hazer is also up there. Viva, who didn't show up today, but it will be very difficult for Viva to actually keep up in this championship. He did rack up those points when most of the drivers were not actually racing. But Link's piece will also be joining them. So we have a 4-man race for the InterTier Championship. Hopefully, they all keep showing up to the end of the season. don't want any of them backing out of it, not showing up for race. If they all can show up to the end of the season and give us a fight, four-way battle to the end, that would be very interesting. Especially the fact that Mr. P is leading and they all have to catch him. It would be very difficult if someone like Bird was leading and they all had to catch him. Quite difficult for them to do that. Maybe he'll just run away with it. But Mr. P leading makes it very, very exciting here. Mr. P does have the experience and the pace to keep getting good enough points to grab the championship, but he's going to have to rely on the fact that Lynx, Peace, Mano, and the rest of them that are fighting against him can win lots of races. There we go. Bird wasn't the first, actually. It was Lynx, Peace. Actually, it is Bird. Will be the first to begin his final push lap. I believe the rest of them are out laps. We're just coming out from the laps, but here we go. Bird has begun. And we're going to see, will he be improving on his time? If he does improve on his first sector, I can put a bet already that no one is going to beat that time. All he has to do is improve in any sector, honestly. As Lynx Peace is starting his final push lap. But is that Bird I see slowing down there? Yes, it is. He did not invalidate, but he is going to be slowing down. Interesting from him there. Looks like he might be going for 2 out laps. Well, Lynx is not. Lynx is pushing. And we'll see what time he's going. He does not improve on his first sector. He will have another opportunity though. He's just 2/10 behind Bird in P1. And can he get into the 103? He will need to improve by at least 3/10 in the next few sectors. The second sector is about to finish here, and the Mercedes driver, the man in P4 in this championship, at P5 in this championship actually, is trying to improve that place and trying to improve his time, and that is almost 2/10 improvement from the Mercedes of Lynx Peace. One more sector. Can he beat that time that Bird has set? That will be an absolutely brilliant time, a stonking time from Lynx Peace if he does. And when he does cross the line, is it enough? It's not going to be enough. 1/10 improvement from Lynx Peace. Got into the 103s, but he can't beat Bird. Bird has invalidated once again, but it looks like he will grab that pole position. Pesci is on an outlap and will be beginning his final push lap. He will be the driver, the last driver who will have an opportunity to beat that time that Bird has set, because Hazer has invalidated. He had almost spun going into that corner. Mano, the driver who has grabbed so many pole positions here at the InterTier, also would not have another opportunity to grab it once again. Looks like he might be going into the pits, or if he does go for a push lap, I don't think he does have the ERS to compete with the drivers at the top. Pesci is the last one to watch now. Can he grab that pole position? Mano has now retired from this session. Looks like he slammed into the wall there, Mano, about to start his final push lap, and that is the end for the Kicksauber. He will be starting in P5. His run of pole positions has ended here. Will his run of race wins end here? Especially with the fastest second sector, 2/10 up his quickest time. It looks like it's personal for Pesci now. After what we said, he's looking like he wants to show why he's been champion. Coming out of the final corner, can he beat that time that Bird has set? And when he has crossed the line, will he stand on pole position? No, he will not. Bird tips in by hundredths of a second. Unbelievable stuff from both drivers. Unbelievable. Pesci can't beat Bird, but was very, very close. The Visa RB of Bird is going to steal that extra point from the rest of the drivers, and Pesci will absolutely be gutted there. He did everything he could. He pushed as hard as he could, but he couldn't knock off the Bird from the top. And Merck does finish in P4. A very strong time from him, actually, as he will start in P4 ahead of Hazer and Fake Mano. Iceman crossing the line, improving on his time, but not on his place. And that will be that for qualifying. Bad Boy in P8, Mr. P down in P9. Jackie Mel starting in P10. He does peep his other tier 3 compatriots, Cindas, PRV, and Kezinator, to be the highest tier 3 qualifier here in the InterTier. And that is qualifying for you. Exciting stuff, hopefully an even more exciting race, as we will be back in 5 minutes to race at Austria. Wow. Wow. Looking back at it again, a thousandth, 6 thousandths of a second is what Bird beat Pesci by. I'm going to screenshot this. This needs to be screenshot. That's some great things there. And links, big links by 700ths of a second. Very close between the top three. Unbelievably close, actually. I want to know why I am banned from the server, Dimitri Minik. And who are you? No, no offense. I mean, like, first time chats. I need to know who you are. Say you're banned from the server. Have you been in this server before? Are you an old driver or you are a fresh meat? Maybe you did a trial or something and didn't pass. I don't know. Give us more information about that. Alright, let's see when the race will resume. The race will resume. Let's see now. If you were banned, it's probably because your driving standards were really low. That's the only reason I could give you. Either your driving standards were really low, or you might have said something very offensive in chat. Those are the only two reasons why anyone gets a ban in this league. Your pace doesn't matter. Are you clean when you race other drivers? Do you race fair? Do you give space? Do you go for moves that are not open, but you just go for it because you just want to go for it. But I'll try and find that out. I'll speak to the admins and see why you got banned. Anytime now we'll be going. Very soon. It's going to be lights out. The countdown will begin. And we go 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights ahead of the drivers at Austria. And his foot to the floor and go. The bird, not really with the bird start, actually with a great start. He's going to keep his lead and pull away from the man who started in P2, Pesci. Link's Peace will take that place from Pesci and will be going the attack on Bird before they can even get to turn 3. The Mercedes wasting no time whatsoever. Side by side they go. Takes the lead, but as you can see, kick Sauber of Mano and the Alpino, I believe, of Merck coming together there as they went into turn 3. And that surely will be looked at by the stewards as the Mercedes and the Alpine are going to be going side by side. Mr. P going to the back of the driver in front, and the Alpines have not really had the best start to the race here. More drivers making contact, even more making contact, and this is not what we like to see. Not the cleanest start to the race here. There's just so much stuff happening. Hopefully not so much damage on the drivers behind. Mr. P lost his front wing end plate, and hopefully that is not too much of a hindrance for him. Will he be going into the pit? He will decide to stay out, so it might not be too much of damage. But Link's Peace now leads this race. Pesci has also been overtaken by Fake Mano. We're going to get the tires up now so we can see exactly what is happening here. As all the drivers, most of the drivers will be starting on the mediums. Hazer and Pesci starting on the hards. I did expect see Pesci starting on hards there because his start was quite slow, so I'm not surprised that it was the hards that he's been on. As Hazer also on hards right behind Pesci, they will have their own strategy to work on. The Alpine of Merck will be trying to join that fight in front, trying not to lose that DRS because he knows how difficult it is, especially on this game, to get back into the train. But that is your strategy, or possible strategies in this. Are you going to go for the 1 stop, the mediums to the hards, or the 2 stopper with 2 medium runs before you go to the hards to get to the end? That's the question we ask. Most people just go for the 1 stop. 2 stop is very difficult to do if you don't have that pace to, but Lynx has that pace to make that move on the Bird. And on the inside in the penultimate corner, he takes back the lead of the race after Bird did go ahead of him. They will now have DRS on this lap, and here we go. Fake Mano with the quick fastest lap as Bad Boy will beat that time. Bird is looking to go down the inside, or is defending from the kick salva behind of Fake Mano, who is right behind the Bird and is going to be using that ERS and the slipstream. Retired from the session, Jack Amos going to the inside. The kick salva, can he make that move around the outside of Bird? Is Bird going to give him that slight push to the outside there? Not enough from Mano to make the move yet, but with that DRS and with the straight line speed, he's going to try it around the outside. Link's Speed still keeping the lead of this race. Now round the outside of turn 4 he goes. Can Bird defend this? Both on the medium tires. Mano is fighting it hard, but he can't make that move. He's going to stay in front. The Bird in that Visa RB. As retired from the session, Jack Amos can see yellow flags at the back there. That's why we have the yellow flags. And the Alpine still, the Williams still trying to get into this pack. Where did the Alpine hold to? He did get overtaken by Iceman Ice Code, but they will try and work together to get back into the 6-man pack that we have in front. That will all surely be going for the win here. As Bird's teammate Bad Boy on the inside of Pesci will now take that place. Bad Boy is on those medium tires, so Pesci is not going to fight it too hard. He knows that he can just stay in this train and he will get the advantage later in this race. These people can't race, man. It's not that hard. But I don't know what's happened at the back, but just send in your clips and we'll see what happened. It was a horrible start, honestly, horrible start. That we expect better from this league. But the Bird now has been overtaken by Fake Mano. Round the outside, he gets it done this time around. Can he make it 2 in 1 on the Mercedes? Yes, he does. Oh, beautiful stuff from the kick salva. And the man who's dominating this tier is showing why he's doing so. And he's now taking the lead of this race with an absolutely brilliant move around the outside of the Mercedes there. After getting ahead of Bird with that DRS, he now made the move on the Mercedes, and Mano, can he now pull away from the pack? It'll be very difficult, especially in a track like Austria where you do have 3 DRS zones and they are all back to back to back, so it's very hard to pull away from the driver behind you, especially when he does have that pace. As you can see, Merck and Iceman struggling to get in the back of this pack because of the simple fact of losing DRS. They do have to pace to race to the drivers in front, but that simple fact of losing DRS on this game is an absolute killer. As Hazer taking his time in P6, as down the inside we go, Bird and his teammates are going to be fighting. Bird is going to keep that place from Bad Boy and is now going to be attacking Link's piece in front, who is attacking Mano in front, but they will not be close enough, none of them, to make a move, so they will stay as they are. As Fake Mano be looking for another win here. I believe that will be 5 in a row now for Fake Mano in the InterTier if he does grab this win. It looked like he was going to throw away the 4 in a row at Brazil, but with a brilliant strategy and a brilliant drive, he got it few laps to the end. We have another opportunity there. It looks like he did cut the corner a little bit there, so that surely is going to be an extension. With the penalties will start to flood in, as Kezinator has been the first driver to get one. It surely will start to flood in from these drivers, as it is Austria, and you know how it goes. As Bird now very close to the Mercedes, he's also very close to Mano, setting it up on the inside, knowing he can make that move, and he's now going to set his car right behind Mano, and it's going to be an easy one round the outside. Gets it done right ahead of Mano. Will Bird follow him through? Looks like Bird will follow him through. Bad Boy will also follow him through. Mano will try to defend around the outside. As you can see, Bad Boy has taken that place for Mano, but now will they be attacking Bird in front? And there we go, Bad Boy slightly gaining on him as the wheels turn around, but not enough. He's going to have to keep behind his teammate now, who slightly locks up going into the corner. A lot of them lock up as they're blowing up smoke into their faces. Link's piece now leads this race. It'll be very difficult for any of them to pull away. They've all led this race at this point. Bird, Bad Boy, Links, and Mano. Pesci, I believe, the only one who hasn't led the race yet out of those 4. Bad Boy having a very good start here, because mind you, he just starts, I think it was in P6 or P7. So let's go see starting position. Position changes. 2 places made from Link's piece in front, 5 made from Bad Boy. So yeah, he did start in P8. So an absolutely brilliant start from the Visa RB, and a brilliant move from his teammates down the inside. He's going to get that place from the Mercedes, and he now is going to follow that. His teammates doing the same thing. Link's piece can use that DRS to defend from the attack from Bad Boy, so he's going to defend on the inside. Bad Boy sticking to the optimal line. Will be looking to get the switch back. He might get it on his teammate, but Mano on the inside absolutely comes out of nowhere and takes that place from Bad Boy. Link's piece and Bird fighting side by side, but Mano now back up to P3, trying it around the outside like he did on Link's piece a few laps ago. And can he get it done again on the Bird? He's not going to give this one up, the Bird. And around the outside of the left-hander, he's going to keep that place for Mano, but a little bit washing wide a little bit there, but it's not enough for the kick Sauber to be able to make that move. Absolutely brilliant scenes from the chopper here. Getting absolutely brilliant scenes as we have Bad Boy right behind him. Let's change that position change back to tires. Heading back to the front. Woody now with a 3-second penalty. The penalties are starting to come in now. Kicks out of Woody, the second driver, to get a penalty. As we have Link's piece still in this way, but surely will be overtaken on this lap. There's just going to be so many overtakes in this race. 3-second penalty now for Pesci. He is the first one out of the front pack to get a penalty, and they will all be fighting going into the corner. I don't even know who to focus on, as the Bird on the inside of Mano will take the place from the kick Sauber, but he's still fighting this one out. On the outside, he does have the traction, he does have the grip to keep his place, but will Bird go down the inside? Not enough, as Pesci now is going to start charging up. His hard tires will start to come into play here, and he will be the quicker driver out of all of them. Another brilliant scene from the chopper. They go side by side, 2 wide in 2 instances there, but Link's piece is keeping that place. Round the outside, Pesci is trying to go. That might compromise his line, as Mano now is compromised, losing 1, losing 2, might lose 3 places to Bad Boy, who is going around the outside here. And what's going to happen? Bad Boy, not enough, and Mano will keep ahead. Bad Boy might have extended there, and that might be another warning for him. So here we go now. Bad Boy right behind his teammate, but wouldn't be close enough. Link's piece will be loving this, as he now can try and pull away from them, as Bad Boy looking for it down the inside, but doesn't make the move. And we're going to head back to Merck and Iceman here, still doing a good job. Just 2 seconds behind the pack. They've been 2 seconds behind the pack for a while now, to show you that they do have the pace to race the drivers in front, but they just need that little bit of luck, that little bit of more fighting in front to get into that DRS zone to join the fight. We have Hazer 2/10 behind. Bad Boy still sitting in P6. He's the most calculated out of all of them right now, not making a single move. Hazer, looks like Woody behind might have lost it, causing yellow flags at the back. But Hazer hasn't made a single move here. He's just recharging up that ERS, as you see on his dashboard, and he might be thinking maybe to plan later for the moves on the drivers in front, because it's going to be very difficult to make moves on 5 drivers and keep the lead, maybe pull away from them. Tell you the pace that they have in front of him, so he'll just be looking for anything to be happening, any occurrences of incident that could compromise the drivers in front of him, as Mano now is looking at Bird, trying to make that move on Pesci. Pesci does have those hard tires that are better than the drivers around him for sure, and now he can finally take the lead of the race. The man who was 6,000th of a second off pole position is finally going to get the lead of this race as he takes it round the outside of Link's piece, and he will take that lead. Link's piece though, not the best entry into that corner. He does go wide there. He's going to lose 1, he's going to lose 2, and he's going to drop down to P4, about to lose 3 places. Down the inside, Bad Boy goes. Can Link's piece hold around the outside? The Mercedes absolutely compromised, and now Hazer behind him. He's not going to put pressure on him, but it won't be enough. The McLaren is going to have to stick behind. And I said, Pesci, finally the leader of this race. And he is the one that I do expect to have the pace to maybe be able to pull away from the pack. But like I said, the DRS is just too unbelievable on this track. And to pull away, you're going to have to be at least 2 seconds faster than the driver behind you. Not even 1 second faster is enough, because he will always have their DRS. And the only time that you can try and pull away from him is after the 3rd DRS zone, and that's just a few corners. You're going to have to be about 2 seconds faster than the drivers behind you, and we know these drivers are not 2 seconds faster than themselves, as Bird now is going to be gaining on Pesci, right behind the rear wing of Pesci, switching to the outside, taking the lead of this race, as Pesci now compromised in that entry into that corner, going wide there, taking the wide exit to make sure that he doesn't spin. Luckily for him, there was runoff area there and not gravel, so he could keep that place, but he's trying it down the inside of Bird. Now Bird gives him a little bit of space. Both drivers lock up, but he can't complete that move, as Bad Boy now is watching this, trying to set up his own move on Mano in front, as he's trying to try it down the inside on this corner. He's going to get it down the inside of this corner. Unbelievable stuff on Bad Boy, not enough. Mano does well to defend that, but that's very, very scary stuff. I thought they would come together there, but they did well to not have contact, and that's brilliant racing from those two there, showing why they are tier 1 drivers, showing the quality that they do have. As Bad Boy now is trying it around the outside, as there's yellow flags at the back. It looks like that's the Williams of Kezinate. I thought that was Iceman for a second, as Iceman and Merck are slightly starting to fall off from the front. They surely will be open for a safety car so they can get back into the fight. Cinders now has gotten a 3-second penalty, and every driver from Cinders down to Woody all have penalties, as he's going wide, trying to attack PRV in front, getting too close to the McLaren behind, and that compromises the line. So we're going to watch him as he heads down to turn 3. Will he be going down the inside? Yes, he will. And can he get that move completed? Beautiful stuff from the Ferrari, as he has taken the place from PRV Widget. And can Widget fight it back as they head to turn 4? He will not have. He really have the DRS. He will not have the DRS to attack the Ferrari in front, and he's just going to have to stick behind as they swap places there. Woody now will be getting ahead of Kezinator, as they are both in the pits. Kezinator taking off that 10-second penalty that he has, and will be going on the soft tires. Heading back to the front, Pesci 6 tenths away from Bad Boy, has that DRS, so he's not going to fall off. 3-second penalty for Iceman, ice cold, and that was exactly what Merck will be looking for, because it looks like he will be the man competing with Merck in this race. So that 3-second penalty is not going to help him whatsoever. I believe that's Woody coming out of the pits there, and he just might be lapped by these few drivers getting behind him now. He has been lapped by a bunch of drivers. It's like not the best start to his race here, Woody. Let's see who'll be coming out of the pit. It looks like he's on 9-lap old hard. Did he go back on the hards, or did he go for what? Did he have a drive-through or something? I don't know what happened there to Woody. Like he came out to the pit without taking a pit stop. So interesting stuff going on there as Mano right behind Bird, still in P3, doing well to defend from Bad Boy behind as Hazer in P5. We do have one of the drivers that was in the pack has gone into the pits, Link's piece. Where will he come out when the rest of the drivers decide it is time to go into the pits? He has gone on those hard tires. He did have the other drivers on the mediums, Bad Boy, Mano, and Bird. They are all staying out. It might have been the better option just to stay out, but in this race, you want to find that undercut. You want to be able to pull away from the driver at least 1 second to get them out of that DRS, and that surely is what Link's piece is going for. Now he's behind Cinders, and he's gonna use that DRS to surely get ahead of the Ferrari when they do get to turn 3. Hopefully not too compromised with pace, as you can see already, Cinders slightly slowing him down coming out of that corner, but he's going to use that DRS heading to turn 3. He's going to use it all to make sure that he covers that pace as Cinders slightly lost him battling behind as Mr. Penn with a 10-second penalty speed into pit lane. I'll show you that would be a retirement for our championship leader. And that is not what he'll be wanting here. His race didn't start well at all, and he's had enough of it. So he is now out of this race, and that will give the opportunity for his other championship contenders like Mano, who has now gotten a 3-second penalty, to gain points on Mr. P, as Bad Boy right behind Mano will be looking to make that move. The Sauber losing pace on those tires, as you can see, to Pesci in front. And will Bad Boy finally make the move on the kick Sauber, who's absolutely been a pain in his backside, and now he's going to use that DRS once again. Mano doesn't have that DRS to defend, so it might not be enough for Bad Boy. It might be enough for Hazer though, as he's right behind Bad Boy, but he's not going to use that ERS. He's still going to stick behind. Hazer is the one I really want to watch here. I want to see what his strategy in this race is, because he's just been sitting behind, hasn't really been making any moves and be saving a lot of ERS. Maybe he might be going for the soft run here, just trying to he'll try and extend those hards as long as he can, but hard to soft might be a difficult strategy, but we'll see how it goes. He definitely might just be doing the hard to mediums, like everybody starting on the hards. A 3-second penalty now for Kezinator as he backs up another one. Bad Boy has a penalty and Pesci has a penalty. The Bird now in the perfect position to win this way, but heading back to the front, Bad Boy has now lost that DRS to the driver, and he believes, okay, it is the time now to go into the pits, because if you've lost that DRS, you're going to just keep losing time. So now it is time to try and get that undercut. As where is Link's piece now? How far ahead of Bad Boy will he be when Bad Boy does come out of the pits? That is what this undercut that the Mercedes has decided to do will determine, and we'll see, will he gain a lot of drivers on a lot of time on all the drivers around him. And Bad Boy now has left his pit. He is coming out. Let's see how this one goes. Link's piece getting past him there, getting out of turn 1. Will he be a second behind the Mercedes driver? He is just right there. He's going to have to use that ERS to boost down the straight to get that DRS on the driver behind, because he does not want to lose it. 1.6 seconds. His tires are cold, so Link's will still have an opportunity to slightly pull away here. But after that, Bad Boy will start overseas, try to reel him again. But this is exactly what Link's piece wanted. He was the first driver out of the front 6 to go into the pit, and how much of that undercut is going to work here. Evening, guys and girls. Good to see you here, Angry Badger. Good to see you in chat. As we have Link's piece now, still going to be watching him. Who else is going to the pits? Bird is going into the pits. Pesci staying out. Mano and Hazer staying out. But here we go. This will determine the race. Link's piece, without a penalty, is coming out of the penultimate corner here, and surely it's not going to be, without a doubt, without an absolute doubt, he is going to be ahead of Mano and Bird, and he's going to be out of that DRS for sure. Beautiful undercut played from Link's piece here, as they are going to come out right behind Bad Boy. And would this be the winning play for the Mercedes driver, who decided to go in earlier in this race? His tires, though, at the end of this race will fall off harder than the drivers behind, but how much pace will they have to reel him in? And this is what Link's piece will need. Hazer, 2.4 seconds. Those hard tires that he decided to start on will start to fall off very soon. He's doing a good job to stay close to Pesci here, but when would he decide to go in for the medium? Surely not now, because he will have to do more laps on the mediums than he's done on the hards if he does go into the pits now. So he's gonna have to keep pushing. He's going to lose a lot of time to the drivers behind who have hinted already. But how much time would that be? As Bad Boy now, Bad Boy, Bird, and Man are going to have to work together here if they're going to want to catch Link's piece and make sure he doesn't pull away. Bird probably is the one they should let lead the pack because he's the one maybe that will have the pace to catch up to Link's piece. 2.2 seconds that he's caught already. 2.2 seconds that he's down to already after being about 2.6 after they came out of the pit. So that's 4 to 5 tenths already caught from Bad Boy. From Bird caught on Link's piece in front. So see how much he can. He has used a little bit of that ERS. Link's piece in front. Is he saving enough to defend when they catch him, or is he saving enough to actually pull away from them? Using a little bit of ERS on the exit there to have enough straight line speed going into turn 4. But Bird not still enough. 2.2 behind Link's piece. Link's piece might have pulled up the master plan here from the Mercedes. And that is the race we're going to watch now. Will the master plan come into play at the end of this race? We are halfway through the race now. 18 laps completed. 18 to go. As Link's piece now have to run all those laps on those hard tires. They already done 5 laps on this hard. He's going to have to do 20, I believe. 23 laps, 24 laps on the hard tires, which will be quite difficult. Well, he probably can. That's what Hazer and Pesci will be looking for, going for 22 to 24 laps on the hard before they go on to the mediums for 12 laps. 12 absolute laps that they're going to have to push very hard. But it looks like Pesci might have had a very, very bad exit coming out of that corner there. Hazer does cut time to him in front, back to 2 seconds now. He was falling down into the 3-second zone, but he's going to cut the time in front. But here we go, Bad Boy and Bird working together, the teammate, to catch Link's piece in front. 1.9 seconds they are behind now, and Link's piece is going to have to start thinking about recharging up that ERS. Fake Mano has lost the ERS to the 2 drivers in front, and he will need to pull that back. Merc 1.3 seconds behind Iceman, also out of the DRS. Oh shit. Oh god, I want to sneeze there, sorry guys. As PRV widget ahead of Cinders, who might be going for the move, but wouldn't be close enough. These two are having their own personal battle here. Sometimes you look at tier 3 drivers and tier 2 drivers racing in this tier, you think you race here, you're never really going to win. But it's absolutely interesting racing the drivers that you usually do in the main tiers, in the inter tiers. Just sometimes bragging rights, just sometimes for fun. It would be nice to see more lower tier drivers joining this race. Imagine a grid with 20 drivers, 6 more tier 2 and tier 3 drivers. That would just absolutely be brilliant. So we don't have to stick watching these tier 1 drivers in front. They are putting up entertainment. I also like to go back and watch other drivers behind, but it's not that much is happening behind. Some have DNF and some not that just that much fights behind. So we're gonna head back to the front now. Bird and Bad Boy have finally caught up to Link's piece, and this is exactly what they will want. That DRS now has been gotten. Hazer has finally gone into the pits. 5 seconds that he lost the drivers in front, more than 5 seconds to Bird and Bad Boy, and way more than 5 seconds to Links. Can he recover all that back with the medium tires? As his yellow flags, and that is going to be Woody. I thought that was someone DNFing. I thought that was going to be a safety car. That would have thrown this race into oblivion, and that would have made this race absolutely crazy. The fastest lap has been set now, 105.9 from the Bird, as he's catching Link's piece, who now leads this race as Pesci has gone into the pits. How much time did Pesci lose to them? Will he be behind Hazer when he does come out of the pit? No, he will not. He will be in the perfect position now to start charging and catching the drivers in front. I believe he's about 6 to 7 seconds from the leaders. The leaders now who will be squabbling. Link's piece will keep that place using that DRS, but Bird on the inside of his teammate is going to get that move completed. His teammate is not going to fight this one hard. They are going to be working together now to make sure that Mercedes does not get away. Link's piece in his own championship battle here, and this is exactly who we want. Our reigning champion in the InterTier will be looking to claw the gap back to Mr. P in front, and the other drivers that he's racing against, the likes of Mano and Hazer, who are in a championship battle here. Link's piece will be looking to get the win. It's exactly what he wants. Bad Boy and Bird are not in a championship battle with him, so he doesn't need to fight it too hard, but he'll surely still be looking for the win. Mano now still trying to claw them in. He might be needing a little bit help from Pesci. Maybe Pesci can't catch up to him, and they could help each other to try and catch up to the rest of the pack. Hazer now right behind Pesci will have that DRS, and finally has done a great job to close to Pesci here. These two also can work together to join the fight in front. But it's looking like for now, these two might be your contenders for the race win, as Bird and Lynx haven't gotten a penalty here. Bad Boy on the inside is going to take that place from Lynx, as the two Visa RBs now lead this race. This is exactly what the Visa RB need, honestly, because they are last in the InterTier constructors with only 90 points, I believe. So if they do get a 1-2 today, that will be exactly a brilliant result for the Visa RB, and they'll probably be moving up a lot of places. A lot of teams don't have that much points in the InterTier, so a 1-2 which will get them about, what is it, 35 and 30 or something like 35 and 29, so maybe about 65 points, which is quite a lot. And the fact that Bird did get that pole position. So Bad Boy in the Visa RB, he's going to take the lead from his teammate, but we know this is just teammate DRS switching. They'll be using it to defend from Lynx Piece behind, which is going to make it even more of a difficult task now for Lynx Piece to try and win this race, because they will be working together. But if he is calculative here, he's going to save as much ERS as he can. Bird is saving the ERS. Bad Boy is a little bit low on him, but he was going to save as much ERS as he can. So we can. But Pesci has been overtaken by Hazer here, and they are having their own squabble behind. They don't want to fight too hard because they want to catch up to the drivers in front, so they don't want to fight too hard. Maybe just keep DRS switching when you come out and you're going to DRS zone. Do not even use DRS zone, shut it down to none, so the driver behind you can get that move done easily and just slot behind and just keep helping each other. Mano, 1.6 seconds now, still pushing hard to get to the drivers in front. 1.4 seconds, and he might just have enough very soon to get there, because he's now in that buffer zone where the slipstream will start to come into play, and he might help him get back into the pack. He just needs to keep his cool here. Hazer, 3.1 seconds, 3 seconds now behind Mano, and this is exactly what we want. This race has now been opened up. 12 laps to go. Pesci and Hazer switching. Bad Boy and the Bird switching, and the Mercedes is going to have the best view of this. The Bird is just going to slot right behind his teammate. He doesn't need to make the move, or he's going to go for that move. Yes, he is, with that DRS on the inside. The switch is complete, and he's now going to take back the leader's race. They're just going to keep switching, so he's going to go off those drivers for now, as we watch Hazer and Pesci clawing the drivers in. 2.3 seconds now they are from Mano in front, as Iceman and Merc are squabbling behind. Merc has taken the place from Iceman. He was out of DRS a few laps ago. Look like he did get back into their DRS and now has taken the place from Iceman. He has 1 lap fresher tires than Iceman behind, so coming to the end of this race, he might just have a little bit of that advantage. But honestly, it's about who is behind in the final DRS zone and how close you can get to the driver to make that move. As Bad Boy now done another switch, as they are working together, we're working perfectly, and Lynx has no answer for it. He's going to save as much ERS as he has. He knows he has no answer for what's going on here. These are 5 tenths behind Pesci. 1 tenth behind Pesci. Still clawing Mano in. 1.9 seconds they are now. 2 seconds they will need to quickly get past Mano, dispatch Mano, and start to draw in Lynx and the rest before their tires start to fall off. Only 4-5 laps they've done on those mediums. As very close now, Lynx Piece almost the tooth that his front left, almost clobbering into the right rear of Bad Boy in front, and surely that would have been terrible. They both surely would have been gone into the wall, and more of them might have been DNF. They did well to stay away from each other there, as Hazer and Pesci now 1.7 seconds behind Mano. Mano probably is not going to be pushing too hard here. He knows that he can just let these drivers catch up to him, and he can use them to get back up to the pack, because he's been pushing so hard to get back to them, and he's not been successful so far. As Pesci and Hazer will surely be gaining on him as laps go. Hazer hasn't gotten that penalty yet. Another driver that all he has to do is stay close to that pack, and he will surely be finishing on the podium. Bad Boy, Mano, and Pesci all on penalties, so they wouldn't be finishing ahead of Lynx and Bird and Hazer if they all get back to the pack that they were at the start of this race. Bad Boy and Bird continuing to switch. Lynx continues to stay behind and to save as much ERS as he can. But Hazer now will need to do a better job here pulling Mano in. That is not how you want to get it done, as he almost loses the back end here. Mano is on those hard tires. He's not too fresh medium tires, still will be stronger than the driver in front. So we need to take the opportunity here now, not let this one be thrown away from them. 1.6 seconds now that he's behind Mano. We're going to watch this fight because we know in front they're just going to keep doing that DRS switch. Nothing too exciting to watch in front. We're going to watch this one as they're getting closer and closer to Mano now. They're getting to that slipstream buffer like I said before, which will help them catch up to him. But Hazer is going to have to pick up the pace. Bad boy out of the session. Safety car. Safety car. No safety car. Bad boy out of the session. No more switch visa. I'll be switching again. Bird is all on his own. And Lynx now can't put pressure. The Mercedes will be grinning from air to air because he knows that Bird is an absolute sitting duck. The irony. I see now is going to be right behind Bird as Pesci has taken the place from Hazer. Are they clawing Mano in? They need to claw Mano in and get into this fight. Bad boy is gone out of it. So it's now gone for the visa. But Merc now on the inside on Iceman is going to take that P6 back as they also have their own battles. As Iceman did get moved on Merc, but Merc, the Alpine, will take that place back into P6. And I'll come back to them once again because I like to see other fights, not those drivers in front fighting, as PRV Widget has now pulled away from Cinders and looks like he will be finishing ahead of Cinders in this race. PRV Widget picking up a lot of pace, honestly. After winning the race in Imola, it looks like he's going to be having a very interesting end to the season in Tier 3. As far as he did get a race ban before Imola, and that might have just switched the gear in his head, but we'll see how he goes. As for heading back to the front now, the Bird right in front of Lynx Peace doesn't have that teammate to help once, and that it means that Lynx Peace on the inside is going to get that move completed, and he gets it done on the Bird. Now takes the lead of this race after many laps. Sitting behind the Visa RB, the Mercedes can finally get that clear air. 1.4 seconds now. Hazer behind Mano still can't get in that DRS as Merc is going to make that place on Iceman. They are still switching, doing well to work with each other, but 11 seconds from the drivers in front, so they will be having their own personal fight. They will be finishing P6 and P7. We'll go back to that fight, but Hazer now they are 1.2 seconds behind Mano, finally getting to that zone of fighting with Mano as Lynx Peace and the Bird should actually decide they might need to work together here because they don't want Pesci and Hazer getting back into this fight. They might just have to work together and keep doing the DRS switching as they will be doing so. Bird just slotting in right behind Mano there, and here we go. Hazer has gotten the move done on Mano, on Pesci. Now Hazer though will need to make sure that Mano does not pull away. Use a little bit of that ERS maybe, because it is each time that Hazer does make the move on Pesci, Mano gets the opportunity to slightly pull away. Pesci might be the one out of these two to have the pace to reel in Mano in front. So that might have to be their strategy. Maybe Hazer just needs to sit behind for a few laps and let them recharge that ERS and not fight too hard as Pesci now 1.1 seconds behind Mano. Can he get into their DRS? They're fighting on Mano. Another 3-second penalty. And he's throwing away his race here. He's throwing away his opportunity for 5 wins in a row. But that amount of domination surely is almost impossible in a league like this. Especially now has finally gotten into that DRS. Mano surely not happy there, as you can see, weaving left and right. He's surely not happy with what's going on. There's a 3-second penalty from Merc, and Iceman will be very happy with that because he knows that now all he has to do is finish ahead of Merc. Merc wouldn't beat him on those penalties. Let's actually look at the penalty situation for these drivers here now. I need to know penalty situation. 6 for Mano, 3 for everybody else but Sanders, who has 6, 9 for Williams, 15 for Kezinator. That's the penalties for you there. Both Merc and Iceman have 3 seconds, so that will be their own fight. But here we go, back to tires and interval. Will Pesci have enough though? 4 seconds he is away from Bird. Will he have enough to pull them in? I don't believe that he will. I don't believe that he will. But Hazer, right behind, 4 tenths behind, not looking to make that move. Pesci definitely will not be catching the drivers in front. Lynx Peace and Bird are going to be your winners here. But who is going to be your winner with 5 laps to go here between these two? Pesci will be looking to take that P3, but he knows that Hazer behind does not have the penalties and will easily finish ahead of the two of them. All he has to do is just stay behind and watch them fight, and he will be taking the final podium position. Merck and Iceman having their own fight. Merck will have the DRS here with a lot of ERS sitting on his car. He will be going for the move in turn 1 or turn 2. Will he be? He's just going to set it up, because most times he's gone for the move going into turn 4, and he might be doing it once again, slotting behind the Williams with their DRS and not using the ERS spots. He might just have enough to make the move. He might not need the ERS, but no, he's not going to look for it on the inside. He's just going to stick behind Iceman. Few laps to go here. Mano and Pesci slightly catching Bird in front, 3.7 seconds. Maybe they need to work together a little bit more here to try and catch the drivers in front, but they do have the penalties, so surely it wouldn't matter in the end. Hazer is the only one who have the opportunity to win if they do catch the drivers in front. But here we go now. Pesci 4 tenths behind. Just stick behind the DRS of Mano, who will be finishing in P5. Mano here after winning so many races, getting so many pole positions. This is just not Mano's day, as Pesci now will take that final position on podium. As Merck 1 tenth behind Iceman. Maybe this time around we'll be looking for the move, but Iceman with a little bit of a mistake here. Will Merck capitalize on this? Can he use all that DRS to get as far as he can when they go to this corner and try and get a better exit when they are going into turn 4 to try and pull away from that DRS? Is that going deep for Iceman? No. Nice and clean from him, and he can't keep that DRS to make sure that the Alpine doesn't pull away there. Made a little bit of a mistake, but not too much of a bad one, as Woody now has gone in for the soft tires. We'll be looking to try and get the fastest lap maybe, but that might be very difficult to, especially that the fastest lap was a 105, and Woody and most tier 2 and tier 3 drivers, their quickest time was 105 in quali, and the fastest lap is a 105 on this lap in this race by Bird, so that's going to be very difficult, but we'll see if Woody can pull that off. But Bird now 1.4 seconds away from Lynx, and Lynx might just be a winner here. He does have older tires, but Bird might have made a mistake somewhere, somehow. We did not see what happened there, and this is exactly what Lynx will want. This is exactly what he would need to cut the gap in his championship. As Thanos, good to see you in the chat. Good to see your first time chat in the chat. UFRL, we race Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays, 3 p.m. Eastern time and 8 p.m. UK time, I believe. So, as we have Bird still 1.2 seconds behind Lynx. It looks like Lynx, an absolutely brilliant drive from the Mercedes here, to be fair. If he does win this race, I think he might just be my driver of the day, because he's pulled off the strategy properly. He decided to go earlier than everybody else. Did get the undercut on them. They did claw back on him. He did a good job to fight against those two Visa RBs who were DRS switching. And now he has taken the place from Bird and pulled away from that DRS. And can he grab your win? Pesci will take that place from Faith Mano. Hazer knows all he has to do is drive. Just drive the car and you will get it. That final podium position. Another driver looking to cut the lead on Mr. P in front, but he will not be cutting the lead to Lynx Peace, as he will be winning this race, maybe, because Bird now has finally gotten back into that DRS. And can Bird compete with Lynx again, coming to the final 2 laps of this race? They're going to start the penultimate lap stuck together. Bird will have that DRS as they get through the second sector now, with the beautiful pictures coming out of the left right-hander. Here we go now to the penultimate corner and to the final corner of this race, as they are going to begin the penultimate lap of this race. When will it be the best time to make the move? On the penultimate lap or the last lap for Bird? He will decide when it will be the best opportunity, as he's setting up with a lot of ERS. Lynx also does have a lot of ERS to defend from Bird behind, and they will be fighting all the way to the end, as Mano now has gotten ahead of Pesci very, very close there as he made the wheel to wheel, just centimeters apart. As Hazer looking for the move down the inside, he made Pesci lock up a little bit there. And will he now make the move as they head to turn 4? Does he have the DRS? Does he have the pace? Making on Pesci front? No, he will not. 5 tenths behind now, Bird now, as they are going to head to the final lap of this race. Who wins this one? Is it going to be Lynx? Is it going to be Bird? As they've been fighting all the way from qualifying, all the way to the race. On the lap 1 to the end, these two looking for the win. It's not going to be 5 races, 1 for Mano. We're going to have a new race winner in the InterTier. Only Lynx Peace has won a race this season, I believe, and that was the one that Mano did get a penalty at Spa. But here we go on the final lap of this race. Bird, 2 tenths behind Lynx Peace, will make that move, activates his DRS. Will he and a little bit of his ERS? He's going to be gaining on Lynx Peace, but it looks like he wants to set up the move as they head to turn 4. Looking for the move on the inside, he sets Lynx Peace up, make sure that he doesn't get the optimal line. And here we go now. He's going to have to use all his ERS to defend from Bird behind, who is gaining, switching to the outside, trying around the outside of the Mercedes. They both lock up, but Bird is going to take the lead of this race. Lynx Peace is still fighting it hard. He's going to try around the outside as they go to the left-hander, and there he goes, the Mercedes. Unbelievable stuff. Who is going to be a winner here? Bird is going to take that place, and Bird in the Visa LB looks like he's going to win this race. And Merck has taken the place from Iceman. They're also fighting behind. Can Iceman try it down the inside? They're also going to have their own personal fight. Merck around the outside he goes. Can he keep that place from Iceman? I'm going to head back up to Bird now, who is going to cross the line and win at Austria. Lynx Peace will take P2. Pesci and Mano will cross the line, but Hazer will take that final podium position. And Merck is going to keep his place ahead of Iceman. Unbelievable stuff from these two, as Merck will take the P6, the best of the rest, as PRV Reject will take that P8. Unbelievable stuff. Another 3-second penalty for Iceman, so he did throw it away right at the end. And there you go. The Bird is the word, as he wins at Austria. Pole position and your race win. Very strong performance from the Bird, and he'll be looking to take that form to Tier 1 next week when we do head to Tier 1 on Monday. A great race between these Tier 1 drivers. They put up a spectacle. Hazer, the most calm head on track. I don't believe Hazer made a single. I made a few overtakes on Pesci, but that was just because they were switching. But I don't think he made a single overtake actual fighting with anyone. But he will still take that podium position. And there you go. That is your final order. Can I join the next race? Yeah, Thanos, you're gonna have to join our trial. You're gonna have to join the server. You join first meet, and we do have trial races every week. And drivers do slot into the league every week. So the link will be put in the chat for you to join the Discord. But there you go. The Bird is gonna stand right at the top. He is going to celebrate, accompanied by the Mercedes and the McLaren driver, as his team are absolutely joyous because they know that the champagne is going to taste the best in the Visa RB camp. The Bird wins at Austria. Round 8 is over. Round 8 is over in the InterTier. 8 rounds done, 7 to go. And this championship is just kicking off. He does get the fastest lap too on top of that. For Bird here, 37 that he's going to get for the Visa RB team. The Visa RB team that we're looking at, they're good. They were going to get a lot this season, this race too. Their other driver, Bad Boy, with an unlucky DNF. But that's the complete grid. Let's go on race director just in case anyone needs that. I always do this. Oh, 6, 5, 4, 3. There we go. There you go, and we have race finishing order. Oh, it's the timer we started. Thank you guys for tuning in. And Thanos, the link is in the chat, so you can click on that to join the Discord and start racing with us. Well, here we go. I have been Willie Fernandez. in a brilliant race in Austria. We have been UFRL, and we'll see you again next week as we begin round 9 in Tier 1. Good night and goodbye.